Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Bits of real panther, so you know it's good.
It's quite pungent.
Oh, yeah.
It stings the nostrils. In a good way.
Yeah.
Brian, I'm gonna be honest with you, that smells like pure gasoline.
60% of the time, it works. Every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry, I was a little late. How y'all feeling today? What's up, Natasha? What's up, Pop Hotep? How y'all feeling? You know what? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think that, you know, basically it should be what it is. It should be self-defense, straight up. I think it's an open and shut case for real. But it's real interesting the way they tripping, you know what I mean? Like the prosecution was horrible every step of the way. Like the prosecution was just terrible. You know what I mean? Like just lie after lie after lie. Like Don't believe your lying eyes is basically what they told you. As you saw one thing on the screen, they was trying to give it a whole completely different narrative. You know what I mean? It was just crazy. And it's like anybody with any modicum of like common sense could see through that. Thing about it is, like the judge said, it's not his case, it's the jury's case. So, you know, it's going to come down to the jury, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It's going to come down to, you know, if there's any biases in the jury, because we already know that one of the jury members got dismissed for saying something about the Jacob Blake shooting, like something out of you know, in poor taste. So they got released for that. So I'm sure there's some bias in the jury. I know earlier today they had Kyle pick out, I guess, another 6 jury members out of a fucking lottery bin. It's crazy. You know what I mean? MSM making like he slaughtered a bus full of black headed to Shine Camp. Yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? It's true though. Like that's what they're making it seem like. It's ridiculous. You know, the prosecutors were terrible. Yeah, what's up, K Green? Yeah, the prosecutors was terrible in the case. You know what I mean? It was just bad. I mean, I think the defense did okay. I honestly don't think that Rittenhouse should have took the stand though. I really don't think he should have took the stand. I think the prosecution was digging such a hole for themselves, and they were making the case for the defense that Rittenhouse didn't really have to take the stand. I mean, as well as I think he did up there, it could have did some damage. You know what I mean? What y'all think about Rittenhouse taking the stand? You know, that's the one thing that was you know, it was to me it was like, you know, you had people criticizing if he was crying or not. You know, you had people criticizing him. You know, it's just, you know, I think he held his own. I think he did great. I think he made the prosecution look stupid. You know what I mean? You know, especially when they said, well, why were you running toward the burning truck? He said, because it was on fire. You know what I mean? And we do know that he was putting out fires that night. We do know he had a fire extinguisher. We do know that he was giving medical aid because Richie McGinnis got it on video that he was giving medical aid. We do have the interview from Richie McGinnis where he explained what he was doing down there and that he had the gun just in case things got a little hairy. You know, you're right. He a teenager. You're right. But, you know, they don't care. The court of public opinion doesn't care. He could have been 10 years old down there doing all of that. They gonna treat him the way they treat him. You know what I mean? You know, it's sad. You know. It's what up, Nerd Nash? What's going on, sir? What's up? What's up? Salute to you too, sir. Got a legend in the building right now. You know what I mean? But it's crazy. You know, the judge, I think he was as unbiased as he could possibly be. I mean, you could kind of see that he wanted this to be over a long time ago. Like he said, it's not his case though; it's the jury's case. You know, and I don't know how this is going to come down. This is going to fall in the jury's hands. You had people out there trying to get the jury's pictures and dox him and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? Trying to pull that same stuff they did in that Chauvin trial. You know, and it's going to be real interesting to see how this plays out. You know, I don't know. You know, if he walked, do y'all think that if he walks, do y'all think that you got unrest in Kenosha, or just going to be, you know, another day? You know, because me personally, I think, excuse me, I think Catch Your Can made a good point last night on the live stream. You know, I think the people in Kenosha kind of got red pilled over this. You know, what up, Dorkhead? How you feeling, man? Right, exactly. I don't think I would have personally had him testify. It's just because, you know, they were, you know, the prosecution looking for those gotcha moments. They looking for those repeatable moments. You know what I mean? And they got those, you know, and they just kept repeating it. He said that he did this. He said that he did that. And they taking it out of context, hoping that the jury's dumb enough to believe it. What up, Dia Blaze? What's up, bro? What's up, cuz? I see you in the building. You saying let him cut up? I don't know if y'all don't know if we want to see another situation. We might have another trial on our hands. That shit happened again. What up? What up, Cam? What's up? And got Cassius Cam in the building. What's going on? Yeah, I think you're right, yo. I think him crying on the stand kind of hurt him. You know what I mean? You know, he broke down up there. You know, me personally, I kind of felt for him. Like, damn, you know, he had to relive that. You know, nobody want to take another person's life. You know what I mean? But you know, the heartless people out there, they looked at it and, oh, he faking, blah 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 blah. You know, as ugly as that cry was, I don't know if you could fake that for real. You think you heard it too, cuz? Yeah, you know, it's I mean, it was cool to see him up there and he held his own. Like he didn't make any really major mistakes. It's just that the prosecution keeps taking his testimony out of context. That's why I wouldn't have put him up there, especially since the prosecution was making the case for the defense the entire time. You know what I mean? You know, it was hard to watch, you know, but he gave context to everything that happened, you know. And then the other thing about it is, you know, like Cam said, and like I think it was Chris Gent in the chat yesterday, the 2A is on trial right now along with him. You know what I mean? Now I agree with you, Dorkhead. I did see that, you know, but you know, the 2A is on trial right now. The 2A is definitely on trial. You know, like me, you know, I know Cam carry, you know, concealed. I carry concealed, you know what I mean? Dia Blaze, I know he a big gun enthusiast, you know what I mean? And, you know, what does that mean for us? What does that mean when I'm in the streets here in Baltimore and somebody, you know, comes at me trying to harm me or my family, and I got to take action? You know what I mean? Where does that leave me? You know, personally, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. You know what I mean? But is that what it's going to come to every time? You know what I mean? I mean, I know that they say that the real fight starts after the shooting, but this is some shit right here. You know what I mean? No, I feel you on that, yo. I feel you on that. You're right. He might get that Covington kids money. You know what I mean? You know, he might get that Covington kids money. You know what I mean? They think you got a point with that. You know. And you're right. This is a political trial. This is a political trial, Natasha. I mean, and that's what it is. They're using this young man to come after the second A. They're coming after the right. You know what I mean? I mean, I see what you're saying. I kind of understand what you're saying. I don't know if I would take that as I don't know if I take that as a win. I think it sets precedent where they can convict anybody in a self-defense shooting because it's all subjective. You know what I mean? Like, say, for example, like I said, here in Maryland, right, I carry. So I have a duty to retreat. I have to retreat before I can take action. And let's just say that they were like they did with the Monday morning quarterback, and when they had that drone out there and he said, look, he ran that way when he could have ran this way. You know, in the thick of it, you don't see any of that. You know, you got tunnel vision sometimes. You ain't going to see that open, oh, I could have ran to the left and could have made it away, you know. And you know, Kyle wasn't the fastest, because I mean, Rosenbaum was on his ass, you know what I mean? But like I said, here in Maryland, I got duty to retreat. What if they feel like I didn't do my best to retreat? You know, when I felt like I did my best to retreat, you know, or I did my best to de-escalate the situation before I had to do what I had to do. You know, it's going to be subjective about that. I don't know if that would be a win, you know, especially when the checks and balances is, you know, the way this prosecution is carrying it. You know, they're demonizing Full Metal Jacket ammunition. That's just regular ass target ammo. They make it seem like it's some fucking cop killers, like it's some, you know, steel core ammo or some armor piercing ammo. You know, just regular as 50 cent around 223. You know, it ain't, you know, because they could turn around and then say, oh, he had hollow points, and hollow points, depending on what you got, expands in the body or breaks up in the body to cause more wound channels. You know, that means that he intended to kill. You know what I mean? It's always going to be that, you know, they always going to try to spin it. You know, I agree, Natasha. They just draining, just trying to get us down. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right. He should have slanted, but that's the thing. Same thing he did in the Chauvin trial. Not saying Chauvin should have got off, but what I'm saying is they did the same thing. They swayed the court of public opinion by doing that. You know what I mean? You got him and you got Maxine Waters coming out and all these other people doing that before the jury deliberated. You know, and like I said, I don't know if this jury is sequestered. I hope they are, because in the Chauvin trial they wasn't. You know, like I said, somebody tried to dox him. It's gonna be real interesting. You know, and he should be sued. You're right. 100%. You right. I got USCC. I got the top of the line USCCA carry insurance. I don't go nowhere without that card. I pay $500 a year. It's cheap. It covers me for a ton of money just in case I gotta fight the case. Cause like I said, like you see what's going on now with Kyle. Like he gonna have bills. Could you imagine? You gotta fight for your life in court, and you don't got the money to fight it. You know what I mean? Luckily, you know, the people got behind him, but you know, the average Joe ain't got $100, $200, $300,000 to fight the state. You know what I mean? You need insurance, and like it's definitely a good thing to get. Yeah, I mean it was bad. Like, you know, and like I was telling my mother and those, you know, my cousins and stuff like that. You know, any gun gonna do that. I don't care what it is. All the AR is a glorified 22 caliber rifle round, man. Like, where's it at? See if I can do that. Look, this is an AR. This is an AR round, right? All this is right here. This is just the jacket. The bullet is this. This is just the bullet right here. Now I'm gonna show you something real quick. So keep that in mind, right? That's an AR round. All right, now I'm gonna show you a 45 caliber round. This is for my 1911. I'm gonna show you a 45 caliber round. Check this out. Look at the size of the bullet on this 45 caliber round compared to this little 22. This little piece right here is the 22 caliber round. This big piece right here is the 45 caliber bullet. Imagine getting hit with this. So that whole argument about it being a more lethal round, that's just nonsensical. At the distances that was, it didn't matter what you were shooting with. You know what I mean? An AR is made to reach out and touch something. You know what I mean? But in close quarters, it don't matter. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He said hollow points explode. I'm like, what? Like, he must have been watching. I don't know what he was watching. He must play too much Call of Duty himself, you know. Because they've been listening to. What's up, Sub-Zero, man? Holla. I'm happy that you in the chat, my man. They hold. I don't. Who knows? Because they think this is some kind of civil rights thing, and it's like you had a white kid shoot some white guys. You know what I mean? But all of a sudden, this is a Black Lives Matter thing. You know, I guess they trying to equate Jacob Blake shooting to this, which I still don't understand. You know, in my opinion, he was all the way wrong. You know what I mean? Even his mother wasn't going to throw him some bail. His mother said, don't go out there and do this shit for my son. She knew her son was a piece of shit. You know what I mean? But, you know. So they were sequestered. I appreciate that. That's what's up. That makes a big deal. That makes a big deal. So they can, you know, they're not swayed by that court of public opinion, because that's all the mainstream media is right now. Indirectly race related. is race adjacent, huh? That's what it is race adjacent. You know, Rosenbaum was one of the redacted, probably. You know, who knows? It's crazy. No worries. Salute to your dad. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I'm shocked it ain't break his his arm or whatever. Blow off his bicep. Yeah, you're right. Yep, they're ignoring that whole entire case, yo. Sub-Zero, you talking about the Ahmaud Arbery case? You know what I mean? That's going on right now too. And apparently that verdict might come down Friday. You know, that's going to be interesting because that was a spicy, that was kind of a spicy trial. Some things came out. I still stand by what I stand, you know, my initial, you know, they shouldn't have chased him. You know, the minute they chased him, they was the aggressors. You know what I mean? If I was Ahmaud Arbery and I got two white boys in Dukes of Hazzard style and a pickup truck speed past me and try to block off the road, and I got another one behind me, I'm fighting too. Y'all not about to drag my ass off in the woods and do some crazy shit. Nah, y'all gonna kill me. I ain't going peacefully. What up, Oliver? Welcome, sir. Yeah, I know, right? That shit was cringy, man. When he held that AR up to everybody, finger on the trigger, I was like, yo, chill. Y'all ain't even got a chamber flag. Like, how you not got a chamber flag? How you got an expert in there making sure the gun's clear and y'all ain't even got a chamber flag? Like, come on. You know what I mean? I know where that is, Natasha. I know exactly where that is. I grew up off of Dogwood Road. I know exactly where that is. Yeah, I agree with you. There should be better standards for the police department. You know what I mean? You know, because according, you know, from what I seen, they had him subdued. He was on the ground. They was putting the cuffs on him. Then he fought him, and then he was able to get back up. Then they tased him. Then he fought. He ate that taser, and he kept moving. They kept telling him to get down, chill, don't do it. And the way everybody's like, he was just getting in the car. Like, no, he wasn't getting in the car. He was reaching in the car. There's a difference between getting in the car and reaching in the car. And his ass was reaching in that car, and he caught them rounds. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, he's gonna be paralyzed for the rest of his life. You know. And then on top of that, people don't realize that his I guess his girlfriend or his baby mother, she the one that called the police because he sexually assaulted her, you know, and some other shit, and then was taking her car, you know, and had her kids in it. Now I don't know if it was some bitter woman shit that why she called the police. Who knows? But you know, what happened. What up, JC? Yeah, I know, right? I mean, you know, it would have been a shootout, but you know, like I said, you got two dudes in a pickup truck speeding past me, blocking me off, and another one trailing me. Nah, y'all ain't taking me alive. I'm fighting. That's just like here in Baltimore. You get robbed here in Baltimore and the dude mask off. Nah, you gonna have to earn this, bro. You ain't about to rob me and shoot me. I know, right? That's what I want to see, Pop. Like, that's what I want to see. Like, that's going to be interesting. Now, I think that the McMichaels I think they screwed. I think they going down. But it was a couple of things in that trial, namely, I think like they was looking for Arbery for like a month or so. I think they allegedly said that he was breaking into houses around there, and they had pictures of him and all this other stuff. And I think at one point the McMichaels went into one of the houses with the police, and they was armed. There was some real fucking Hazard County shit down there. You know what I mean? But it's going to be interesting. I don't know what to think about this case. Or you get the guilty verdict with Rittenhouse, and then the McMichaels get off. That's going to be interesting. I mean, yeah, I guess is what you're saying. My bad. Yeah, you're right. But it's, it's gonna be real interesting. I don't know what to think about that. That case. I need to pay attention to that a little more. I've been going back trying to recap on it after all this stuff. I like Jerry Mitchell. Like that's he's one of the fastest hands I ever seen in my life with a gun. That man's a beast. Hey. You're right, Natasha. They definitely only show us what they want us to see. You know what I mean? That's propaganda for you. You know what I mean? You say something enough times, people bound to believe it's true. You know what I mean? And that's just, that's the long and short of it. That's how it is. That don't make him, I know that's what they're trying to do, but that doesn't make him the aggressor. Them speeding off ahead of him and then blocking him off, that makes them the aggressor. You know what I mean? And I get what they trying to say, that they technically wasn't doing nothing. They just was in the street and he ran at them. But come on. You looking at the footage from the neighbor's ring cam or whatever camera that is, and you see them say something to him. They run in the house, get their shit, jump in the car, and then chase after him. No, they the aggressors at that point. You know what I mean? That's common sense right there. And and I argued and I told people, I said, yo, so check it, right? And he had that mindset, y'all not about to do this to me. And he saw them, he had the gun, the one was up in the truck. He came around and he caught the dude with the shotgun. He fighting with the dude with the shotgun. He tried to take the shotgun from him, right? So when he tried to take the shotgun from him, he grabs the barrel of the shotgun and he yanks that shit. When he yanks that shit, the dude's finger was on the trigger, and when he yanked it, the fucking gun went off, but it doesn't matter. It still makes them the aggressors. They were the ones that was armed. Simple as that. They caused that whole commotion. That's just my opinion on it. Let's go look and see what Twitter got to say. Twitter, they be tripping. Let's see something. All right, let's go ahead and do this. I got some new transitions and shit. Trying to be fancy out here, like these other YouTubers. Let's see. I kind of like Razor Fist. I like him. Even if acquitted, Kyle Rittenhouse was denied due process. He was convicted in the court of public opinion a year before his day in court. That's true. That's 100% true. Even if this jury was just picked not too long ago, this jury has seen a lot of this case, a lot of this on the mainstream news. So their opinions could very well be swayed. You know what I mean? And he will remain that regardless of the verdict. I say that all the time. Once you accuse somebody of something, no matter if they get off on it, they'll always be that. You know what I mean? Remember the Duke lacrosse players when they got accused of that rape? You know what I mean? And even though they got off on it, they'll forever be known that when you bring that up, they'll forever be known as the rapist. You feel me? And it's sad. Look at this. Who's this? Ayanna Presley? Look at this nonsense. Look at this nonsense. A 17-year-old white supremacist domestic terrorist drove across state lines with the AR-15. So, this is something that was from the year before. You know what I mean? Going back to Razor Fist, his post. This was what? August of last year? We now know he didn't drive across state lines with the AR. We also know that Antioch, Illinois is 15 minutes from Kenosha, Wisconsin. And like I said, when you hear in Baltimore, you know what I mean? When you hear in Baltimore, like not Baltimore, Maryland, we got a spot called PG County, right? And all these dudes in PG County, they swear up and down that they from DC because DC 15 minutes down the street. They hang out in DC, they work in DC. You know what I mean? Even people from Baltimore, even though they work, they live in Baltimore, they work in DC. DC 20, 30 minutes away from us. You know what I mean? 40 at the most. You know, so the whole drove across state lines like he came from, you know, Chicago all the way to Kenosha just to do this, you know, which arguably a lot of those protesters and rioters out there, they all were from out of state for the most part. Most of them agitators were from out of state, but you ain't gonna hear them say that on the news though. Look at this. He shot and killed 2 people who had assembled to affirm the value, dignity, and worth of black lives. Like, you see this? You know what I mean? This ain't the first time, you know, they went to bat for some criminals. You feel me? Like, you feel me? You know, it's nonsense. You know what I mean? But this is what they say, and these are elected officials. I don't know what's up with her in the bald head thing, but whatever. So I seen this, right? So I think I seen this on Amazing Lucas's channel. I think this was like Kyle. I don't know how old he was. Let's go look at this real quick. So apparently he punched some girl in the face a while back.
He gonna be the bitch. I'm a pistol with his ass. Yeah, you gonna be the bitch.
But I don't even know if that's him for real.
You gonna be the bitch.
But legit, I don't even know if that's Rittenhouse. They saying that's him, but I don't know if that's him for real. I mean, it kind of look like him, but it don't.
Punch that bitch. Oh, me, she already smacked him. And she's gonna call the police? Yeah, punch that bitch. She gonna call the police. Ooh, move, Kyle, move. Oh, yeah? Oh, what? No, hold on. He punching the bitch.
But see, that's the thing. I don't even know if that's him really. He don't wear glasses. He had glasses on that night. He ain't had glasses on in the courthouse at all. So I don't even know if that's him. I mean, honestly, that could. Who knows? But we know he don't wear glasses. I mean, it kind of looks like him. It could be him, but I don't know. So right here, I like Viva Fry, man. Shout out to Viva Fry, yo. Hold on 1 second. About that, back. My son wanted to ask if he could play Madden. But so this was real interesting, right? This should have been the end of the case right here, in my opinion. Like I said, shout out to Viva Fry. Let's check this out right here. I think that's when the defense got Grosquist to admit that he pointed the gun at Kyle before he shot him.
It wasn't until you pointed your gun at him, advanced on him, with your gun, now your hands down, pointed at him, and he fired, right?
Correct.
Oh shit, that's it!
Directed verdict. Direct.
Did y'all hear that?
It wasn't until you pointed your gun at him, advanced on him, with your gun, now your hands down, pointed at him, and he fired, right?
Correct.
Oh shit, that's it!
Directed verdict. Directed verdict on all the murder charges. Kyle knows.
Yeah.
Directed verdict on the murder charges.
He just exhaled. Kyle just, oh, he looks like he's gonna cry.
How do you not acquit after that?
And the crazy part, right? The crazy part is that then he went on Good Morning America and then contradicted his testimony and said that he didn't point the gun at Kyle. %. They gonna bring those up, but they ain't gonna bring up Rosenbaum's rap sheet. They ain't gonna bring up Huber's rap sheet. They ain't gonna bring up the fact, just like on they ain't press him on Good Morning America when he had that gun down there illegal. When the Grosquist had that gun down there immediately or illegally. Shit, who wouldn't? You know what I mean? Who wouldn't? That's just what it is. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It's interesting to me. It's sometimes I just you lose faith in humanity. You know what I mean? You lose faith in humanity. People just they I don't know. It's too much sometimes, you know, because you think that people are going to have a heart, and they turn around and they just let you down, you know. It's crazy. Hey yo, if y'all don't follow Ben Swan, follow Ben Swan, yo. Ben Swan be he be on it, yo. He be on it. He got fired from his job. He got fired from his I think he was on like a local news channel, and he went down the rabbit hole on like some pedophile stuff or something like that, and it got him fired. It got him fired, and he started doing his own thing. He started doing his own thing, and it's, you know, and it's been paying off for him. He been getting it in. But if you don't follow Ben Swan, man. Is this the video right here? Hold on. Let's see where this leads us real quick. All right, let's check this out.
Every decade or so, a legal matter arises that holds the power to negatively affect our lives for generations to come. Regardless of what side of the political spectrum you identify with, this is about you.
So I'm gonna call fair use on this. Hopefully I don't get got. You know what I mean?
After 2 nights of violence, fires, and citywide vandalism, angry mobs gathered on night 3 to protest the police shooting of Jacob Blake. Adding to the volatility of the situation, many of the protesters were armed.
This one got a gun on him. This one got a gun on him. This one got a gun on him. This one got guns on him and rifles.
To prevent the total destruction of their community, Good Samaritans united to guard local businesses. Among them was 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse.
You're right.
So people,
like I said, yo, go follow Ben Swan.
And our job is to protect this business, and part of my job is to also help people. If there's somebody hurt, I'm running into harm's way. That's why I have my rifle, because I need to protect myself, obviously. But I also have my med kit.
There's a medic right here if you need help.
I am an EMT. If you are injured, come to me.
Earlier that day, Rittenhouse volunteered to remove graffiti from Ruther Central High School in Kenosha. In December 2018, Rittenhouse started a Facebook fundraiser.
You're right, though. They don't.
Called Humanizing the Badge. In his own words, the mission is to forge stronger relationships between law enforcement officers and the communities they serve.
See, they're not gonna show that picture right there.
He asked his friends to donate to the organization for his 16th birthday.
He like Melissa McCarthy, don't he? Him and his mother.
In the early hours of night 3, protesters and guards were in solidarity.
Well, I know his mother been in the courtroom. She been crying her eyes out. You know what I mean? Especially when he started crying, it took her out.
Tensions began to rise as protesters set a dumpster ablaze, then began pushing it toward a gas station. A guard quickly extinguished the flames, angering fire starter Joseph Rosenbaum.
Shoot me, nigga! Shoot me, nigga!
The defense tried their hardest. Not to play that or not to say that. They was trying to censor that as much as possible. The defense let it fly, and they should have. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right. It was very impressive. I was like, I mean, grown men can't do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was some real flight or fight shit, man. That's some real flight or fight shit, man. And he handled himself well. He only hit the people he was aiming at. Only hit the people that was attacking him. That's fucking fantastic. Like I said, he might have been tread stone. Who knows?
Rosenbaum retaliated, focusing his rage on a guard in a green
He is a little dude. That's why he had that chain. That chain needed some extension. But you notice how he talking about some shoot me nigga, and all this other stuff, right? You see how he's saying that, right? And then, but you got the black people holding him back. Like, y'all not realize who's saying this? Like, really? You know what I mean? That's the interesting part. Like, anyway, it's ridiculous. Like, let's just keep it moving.
Moments later, just down the street, Joseph Rosenbaum is seen starting more fires. Around that same time, Kyle Rittenhouse is spotted running with a fire extinguisher. With his face concealed, Rosenbaum emerges, chasing after Rittenhouse.
Oh, we got a gun, baby.
While exploring possible motives for the foot pursuit, it's worth noting that the target of Rosenbaum's first altercation.
So check it, right? I'm gonna go back a little bit. So when he was chasing him, that first shot was not Kyle. That first shot was not Kyle. What's up, Emmanuel? Hey, I'm gonna post it in my Twitter, right? This is from Ben Swan's Twitter. Like I said, go follow Ben Swan, yo. Like I said, he got fired from his local news station. He was working on a local news station because he was going down a rabbit hole trying to he was doing a case on some pedos, and they fired him over that shit. And then he went and started doing his own thing. You know what I mean? But check this out, right? That first shot wasn't from Kyle. That first shot, that was a handgun. That wasn't from Kyle.
That the target of Rosenbaum's first altercation was dressed similarly. Kyle Rittenhouse is spotted running with a fire extinguisher. With his face concealed, Rosenbaum emerges.
I agree. He could have been. You know what I mean? They said he wasn't right. They said he just got. They said he had just got.
While exploring possible.
He said he had just got released from the nut house.
It's worth noting that the target of Rosenbaum's first altercation was dressed similarly to Kyle Rittenhouse.
That's interesting.
Oh, we got a gun, baby.
A single gunshot is fired by a protester, identified as Alexander Blaine.
Look, he got the little 43 on him. I know that because I got that gun. He got a little 43X on him.
From this angle, we see the muzzle flash of Blaine's handgun. Seconds later, Kyle Rittenhouse is pinned between parked cars. Let's rewind to analyze this pivotal moment frame by frame. Here we see Rittenhouse, Rosenbaum, and
real
a reporter
quick,
by the name of Richard.
to that point, hey yo, Emmanuel, I'm up here in Baltimore. I just made that statement 2 minutes ago or 5 minutes ago, yo. I said the same thing. I said dudes from PG County claim DC, you know what I mean, or Virginia. You're right. Like it's 15, 20, 30 minutes in between, you know, between PG County, DC, and Virginia. You feel me? And people don't understand that. Like it's the same thing with this kid, you know. Yeah, 43X cam. I got that joint. But like, you know, people don't understand that, especially when the media trying to spin it. Like I said, they make it seem like he came from Chicago all the way to Kenosha. You know what I mean? Yes, his mental health was definitely weak.
McGinnis, who is filming the chase on his cell phone. Directly in front of Rittenhouse, armed with bats and other weapons, a mob is forming a barricade. With no way out and no way to know who fired that shot, Rittenhouse turns to face Rosenbaum.
Right before he turned around, I'm not sure if this was a reason why he turned around, but there was a gunshot, and that's actually visible on video. It's not clear whether or not that gunshot was fired into the air or towards Rittenhouse, but...
So that's Richie McGinnis, right? He also has an interview on Tim Pool's podcast right after, I think like a month after this happened for real. So he actually explained that. He was the one that initially did an interview with Kyle Rittenhouse and was asking why he was down there and all this other stuff. If you can find that interview with him on Tim Pool's podcast, which it should still be up, you know what I mean? That's a good one to watch.
Rittenhouse did turn around immediately after that. And at that point, he went from running away to aiming his weapon at Rosenbaum, and I was actually directly behind Rosenbaum. So I took 1 or 2 steps to my right as Rosenbaum was lunging for the barrel of the rifle.
Kyle Rittenhouse fired
That's a quick
4
4.
shots. Seconds later, 3 additional shots are fired by an unknown shooter.
Probably the same dude.
1 bullet grazed Joseph Rosenbaum's head. Another penetrated his right groin, his left thigh, and his back. With a total of 8 shots fired, it remains unclear that all 4 of Rosenbaum's wounds were caused by Rittenhouse. As Richard McGinnis began tending to Rosenbaum, Rittenhouse returned to the scene and began placing a call for help. As the mob begins calling for the attack of Rittenhouse, he is forced to flee the scene.
But they said he ran right after. They said he ran. I know, right? It's wild as hell. Yo, what up, DMW? Good to see you back, bro. Like you right, yo. It's like it's crazy. You know what I mean? It's you know, they made it seem like he ran and kept moving after he shot him. Now he came back to try to help and try to, you know, he said he called, said he needed help. He just shot somebody, but the mob was on his ass.
That dude shot him. That nigga just shot that dude. You shot him? I didn't. No.
Wait, where are you?
Did Kyle Rittenhouse have reason to believe his life was in danger?
Dozens of U.S. cities are in chaos. Millions of Americans have taken to the streets.
77-year-old David Dorn was shot to death as a pawn shop he
Yeah.
was protecting was being looted.
Yeah, nobody want to talk about that though.
Protests are being hijacked by violent radical elements.
One man was injured after attempting to protect a Kenosha
You're right.
mattress store before it eventually
You're right.
burned
He
down
didn't.
overnight.
Richie, exactly.
Rittenhouse is seen next, running towards the flashing lights of police vehicles.
David Dorn got killed
The
over a
armed mob
fucking
is now
flat
chasing
screen.
after him.
Cranium that boy. He just shot a man.
Within this context, the word cranium is street slang, which is a calling for someone to take Rittenhouse out with a headshot.
Hey, what are you doing? You shot somebody? I want to get police.
So that's Groskowitz.
An unidentified protester strikes Rittenhouse in the head.
Oh, I'm gonna go back to that because this was in the testimony of Groskowitz.
Within this context, the word cranium is street slang. Which
This
is a
video
calling
right
for
here is from
someone to take
Groskowitz, the one he
Rittenhouse
shot in the
out with a
bicep.
headshot.
Hey, what are you doing? You shot somebody? I want to get police.
He said he's going to get the police, and then Groskowitz. So he said he's going to get the police. Groskowitz then turns around, right, and he starts to go the other way, but then for some reason turns back around and chases after him and pulls his gun. Like I said, yo, Ben Swan, he the one that posted this video. I'm not sure if it's a part of his media, but I know that he was going after some pedo shit on, like he was putting it out there on the local news, and his ass got fired for that shit, yo. It's interesting. Like I said, he got a good YouTube channel, he got a good Twitter.
Rittenhouse in the head, knocking his hat off. Rittenhouse trips and falls to the ground. Another protester attempts to jump on Rittenhouse, who then fires 2 shots into the air. With blunt force, another protester strikes Rittenhouse in the back of the head with the sharp edge of a skateboard.
They won't show that. They won't show that. They ain't show that. That angle.
Rittenhouse fires a single shot, striking the man in the chest.
Hold up. Let's go back. Let's go. Hold up.
A rifle. Rittenhouse trips and falls to the ground. Another protester attempts to jump on Rittenhouse, who then fires 2 shots into the
That's
air.
the black dude that.
With blunt force, another.
I don't care what nobody say. That dude need to go. I hope he went home and prayed to the good Lord that he missed him, because I don't know how he missed him, but he missed him, and he ain't catch that round. His ass got up out of there though. I guarantee he shit himself.
Protester strikes Rittenhouse in the back of the.
Now that's Huber, Anthony Huber, I think his name is. Oh, I guarantee he thought he was going to die. But that's Anthony Huber. They would not show this angle. You see that this skateboard made contact, and they try to say skateboard ain't a deadly weapon. All of these all these protests and stuff, people getting knocked out with these skateboards and this and that, they're going to try to say it ain't a weapon. That's what the prosecution tried to say. Let's continue.
The head with a sharp edge of a skateboard, then reaches for the rifle.
They don't show these angles.
Rittenhouse fires a single shot, striking the man in the chest.
Let's look at this rap sheet. 26, convicted of a domestic abuse, use of a dangerous weapon, battery, strangulation and suffocation, second-degree reckless endangerment.
A third protester fakes as if he's surrendering.
That's
suddenly
gross
advances
coincidence.
with a handgun aimed at Rittenhouse. A single shot strikes the man's right bicep. While visiting him in the hospital, a friend of Grosskreutz posted the following photo and statement on social media. I just talked to Gage Grosskreutz too. His only regret was not killing the kid and hesitating to pull the gun before emptying the entire mag into him. When a fourth protester raises his arms in surrender, Rittenhouse exhibits remarkable judgment by not firing his weapon. As Rittenhouse moves toward police, multiple gunshots explode behind him.
You're 100% right with that.
U.S. media was quick to label Kyle Rittenhouse as a far
those wasn't
right
his fire.
radical,
That wasn't from his gun either.
a militia member, and a white supremacist. To date, no evidence has materialized to validate any such claim. Rittenhouse attempts to turn himself in to the police. But in the confusion, it was not clear that he was involved in the shootings and was ordered to move away. For his safety, Kyle Rittenhouse
Hold on one second, guys. I'm gonna let y'all finish watching this.
Surrendered the following day. Less than 48 hours after the incident, without a proper investigation, Kenosha County District Attorney Michael Gravely charged Rittenhouse with 6 crimes. First-degree reckless homicide for the death of Joseph Rosenbaum
Actually, no, I'm good.
that may result in imprisonment for up to 60 years. First-degree reckless endangerment of Richard McGinnis that may result in imprisonment for up to 12 years. First-degree intentional homicide of Anthony Huber that may result in imprisonment for life. Attempted first-degree intentional homicide.
You're 100% right, yo. You're 100% right.
May result in imprisonment for up to 60 years. First-degree reckless endangerment of an unknown male that may result in imprisonment for up to 12 years. And possession of a weapon by a person under 18, a misdemeanor.
Now, they threw that charge out.
The Kenosha County Circuit Court assigned a bail amount of $2 million. Kyle Rittenhouse, a lifeguard who risked his safety to protect his community and give first aid to wounded protesters, was the only one charged with a crime. Not one of his attackers faced a single charge. A 17-year-old American citizen is being sacrificed by politicians. But it's not Kyle Rittenhouse they're after. Their endgame is to strip away the constitutional right of all citizens to defend our communities.
That went away. It went by the wayside a long time ago.
Our lives and the lives of our loved ones.
Put up stuff, Colonel. Salute to you, sir.
This is the moment when the home of the brave rise to defend the land of the free. Help us restore freedom at fightback.law.
So that was the whole story right there. I mean, like I said, go follow Ben Swan if y'all not, yo. He a real one right there, yo. He, like I said, he took an L for a noble cause, and he out here trying to do his thing. Salute, Steph. Got Steph Colonel in the building. How many state lines did he cross? So where he lived at in Antioch, Illinois, is 15 minutes from Kenosha, Wisconsin. It's just like if you left PG County and went to like Northwest DC or Northeast. It's that close. What up, Protocol? What's up with you? I appreciate it. He just went down there, yo. Like, apparently the car sales people wanted some people to help protect they car lots, and he volunteered with his buddies. Is what it was. Oh, I don't know where Rosenbaum came from. I know that they said that he literally had just got out of the nut house. He had literally just got out of the nut house that day. And the only reason he was down there is because he couldn't go to his old lady house because she had a restraining order against him. You know what I mean? So, it's it could have been, hey, they could have did something to made him go down there and act reckless like that. You know what I mean? But that's a good, I'm gonna retweet that, yo. I'm gonna go ahead and retweet that. Like I said, if you ain't following Ben Swan, man, go check that out. ain't nobody gonna ask it either, bro. You already know how that go. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna ask them questions. I like my fancy transition. I'm getting there, yeah. I'm getting there. Anyway, but I really want to know. So I'm gonna put a little poll in there, right? I want to know what y'all think. Y'all think we're gonna get a guilty verdict or a not guilty verdict? I like these little polls they give you. If I spelled this shit wrong, don't mind me. I think I got it right. I'm gonna need to get me a third monitor out here. But yeah, it's just a sad, it's a sad chain of events, man. Sad chain of events. It's honestly, I think he needs to walk. I think it was self-defense all the way through and through and through. You know what I mean? This is America. You can go wherever you want to go, be where you want to be. You know what I mean? And, just because he was 17 and he, now we found out he could have a gun legally. They threw that charge out. So he could have a gun legally. He's 17. They say he shouldn't have been down there, but neither should the other people. You know what I mean? Oh, shit, we got Belfast in the building. What's going on in our access? Free Kyle Rittenhouse from Belfast. I hear that. Andy Bob think it's a hung jury. You're not the only person that said that, yo. It could very well be. It's gonna be interesting to find out. Oh man, yeah. Watch out for the distractions. No matter what this verdict is, man. Watch out for the distractions. You know they coming. It's I don't know, man. It's just too much. Like, think about it, right? They gave no coverage, almost no coverage to the Ahmaud Arbery case. They gave almost no coverage to that. And I'm interested to know why. You know what I mean? Like I said, I seen some things that came out about the case, and it's like, is that why? Because it don't really paint Ahmaud Arbery in a good light. I still stand by what I said. Like, regardless of what he was doing, he was retreating. You can observe and report at that point. But going to try to, that's different. That's true. That's true. I mean, that's you would think that even if it was a hung jury, you still have your, the double jeopardy thing, but guess not. I think it should have been a mistrial a few days ago when they was doing, when the prosecution was doing all that fuckery, but the judge wasn't trying to look biased and all this other stuff. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right. Oh, Just Lane. I think hers went to trial today, right? I think she went to trial today. They ain't gonna play that though. The redacted ain't gonna let them play that one. You know what I mean? I heard the Rothschild dude got his yacht parked in like New York or something crazy. You know what I mean? Is that right? Damn. What's up? What's up? What's up? Was it Svenstead? What's going on? State of play is dirty, bro. State of play is dirty. You know what I mean? It's just, it's going, I don't know, it's going to get interesting. You know, it's sad, you know, that this kid has to endure this, you know, just for trying to defend his life, you know, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. I don't know when this is coming back. You know, I'm interested to see when it's coming back, you know, but I guess, I don't know. I got a bad feeling, be honest with you. I got a bad feeling they're gonna try to make an example of this kid or something. I mean, I hope that's not the case. Oh, we already know. You know what I mean? We already know. No old Billy Clint. You know what I mean? You know, I'm sure he you know, he up in there too. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. But you know, that's all a part of the game, the propaganda, you know. It's just what it is. Huh. So is that like a common thing due to convicted or the indicted or whatever you want to call it? Does the defense get to choose the jurors? Because I remember I was on the jury, I had to do jury duty, and the dude that was standing trial, he was in there when they were selecting jury members. I'm interested to know that. What's up, Nomad? Yeah, it was. You know what I mean? Like, they made it sound like it's not the hero we need, it's the hero we deserve. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous, man, how they was playing him up. Right, yeah, the defense and the prosecution was in there. Yeah, you're right about that. Hey, Goofy on tight. Goofy on tight with that one. Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, he itching to put some niggas in jail. He already replacing us. He already replacing the voter base. You know what I mean? He done rickrolled the shit out of everybody. That's an interesting take. Say she not on trial. You're right. You could be you know what? She got. I know if Epstein had all that, she gotta have the some dirt. You know what I mean? You know, it's going to be interesting, man. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate you guys hanging around with me. Let's go ahead and see what this poll said for real. All right, I'm gonna end the poll. What we got? As soon as I can find it. All right, so 83% not guilty, 16% guilty. We'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting one. You know, I pray that the young man gets off and he takes this as a cautionary tale and a hell of a learning experience. But we'll see. Hopefully they don't crucify this kid in the name of politics. Anyway, this Cannon Hotep. I'll holler at you.